welcome back, bookish besties. Excuse my voice if it cuts out a little bit. I'm getting over a cold. But this is the third journalathon in setting up my 2026 reading journal. So when I was calculating out what I was going to do for this series, I had imagined that it was going to be 3 weeks full, but ended up only having 6 days for you guys this week. So there will be only 6 videos. So if you're like looking and like, what the hell, why is there not an extra video on Sunday? That will be why. But this is the third part, and so let's get into today's video, which will be day one of the third journalathon, and that will be my book bingo. I always do a book bingo in my journal. This was something that I started when I first started reading my reading journal. I just thought it was like a fun way to do extra little challenges, things like reading a classic, or reading a book recommended by a friend, or different little things like that. It's only one box to fill out for each of those, so that's like pretty simple. You only have to do one book for it. So I like doing it. It's fun. Let's get into making it. So I'm just prepping my page. I already have it outlined where I want the bingo board to go, so I'm going to start designing around that. I have this little sticker book that my mother-in-law got for me, so I wanted to use these pretty roses stickers around it. So I'm starting with that. It is a different theme than I usually go for, but it still has that pink vibe that my journal always has, so I'm going to start with those ones. I found these cute little loose petals like that are falling down from the flowers, and I thought those were so cute, so I used those as little decor around it as well. This isn't a super design intensive page, it's pretty simple, but I liked how it all came together with all the flowers. So now I'm going to erase in sections where my book bingo board is going to go. I do this in sections because if I leave it there, I can see the pencil markings and it's harder to erase once I have the marker down, but I don't want to erase it all at once just because I might mess up and not know where to put all of those lines. So I'm doing this slowly, part by part, to make sure I don't mess this one up. So usually my book bingo page is a lot bigger, so I was worried that I wasn't going to have enough space to write down all of these little prompts for the book bingo, but it ended up working really well. I like the size of it, and it feels really fitting for what I wanted here because I left a lot of space at the bottom here, and I will explain what that is for a little bit soon. I erased my line, but I'm a little paranoid, so I do this method of counting each dot from both sides just to make sure, and then I also count the amount of boxes and then do half of that. I'm very paranoid to make sure that they are even, so then I split that one. And then just to add some contrast with my book bingo, I am coloring in like a checkerboard type one with my lighter marker to just give it a little bit of shadow, and I don't know, just makes it a little bit stand out. I'm sure you can kind of see what all of these numbers are for at the top and the bottom, but you will hear me explain it a little bit more at the end of this video.
just like I did with those book bingo boxes before, I am coloring in every other one of these. Miraculously, it lined up exactly with which ones I had colored in at the top, so they are matching in the contrasting colors. I noted in advance which ones I wanted to do this year for my prompts, and I am kind of just scattering them around just because some of them are pretty similar or opposites, so I am putting it all over the place just where my heart deems that it's going to go on the board. I have some repeat offenders on my board, including found family, annotating a book, a new release, and a pre-order. But I have some new ones there that I really like, such as I have both a 500 plus pages one and an under 200 pages one, just to get that dichotomy between it. I also focused a lot on the characters. So there's one that's a bestie that I need. So just a character that I really would love to be friends with, a female main character I love. I'm just wanting to do something fun with these ones and really make it momentous for me when I do it. I think this one's going to be the most difficult one for me, and that is no common tropes. Just because there are so many tropes that are overused in books, so I wanted to focus and find one book next year that just doesn't have a single common trope in it.
And there's my beautiful book bingo. It's a little bit different from my usual theme in this journal, but it still kind of goes with it with the pinks. It's pretty simple, but I like it. Usually I have a bigger journal, as you guys know, so I usually have a little bit more space for my book bingo, but I feel like I still got across everything I wanted to. So this top part has all of those little challenges I want to do in it, and then down here they're numbered the same as those ones, and then I can just write in which book I read for that, and then I can look there to see if it's filled out, because I'm not going to color these in like I did before. I'm just going to write it in as I've read them, and then if I see a blank line, I'll know I didn't finish that one. But I wanted to, before I kind of just highlighted the ones that I finished, but this one I wanted to like mark specifically what book it was that helped me finish that, so that's why I left that there, and I'll fill that out. So honestly, I really like this layout. It's a little bit condensed because it's only on one page, but I think it's really great, and I'm excited to use it for this year. But that will be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you need to catch up on the rest of the series, I have a playlist over on my page. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more bookish content, and hit the bell icon if you want to get notified when I post. And until next time, happy reading!